After nearly 30 years, Auto Express has reached its milestone 1,500th issue. That number holds more significance than you might think, too, and has a link to the modern automotive landscape. As makers look to downsize, many are targeting engines around 1,500 cc, so for our 1,500th issue road test we've lined up a celebration of the best 1.5-liter engined cars on sale today. There's a mixture of high-tech hybrid powertrains, sporty roadsters, stylish convertibles and practical family transport best-selling cars in the UK, but the 1.5-liter engine is not just the preserve of newer cars. Plenty of manufacturers have opted to install 1,500cc motors into their products over the years, so we've also looked at some of the legendary vehicles from the past with 1.5-liter power. Some, such as Saab's V4 configuration, have been consigned to the history books, but we are still feeling the legacy of others today, including the Toyota Prius. What's clear is that with past and present motors featuring 1.5-liter engines, you can be fairly certain that they'll have a part to play in the future as well. Here's to the next 1,500 issue. Scroll down to read about the best 1,500cc cars on the market, as well as some great 1.5-liter examples from times gone by. The best new 1.5-liter cars: BMW i8 Image 3 of 38, Image 3 of 38 model BMW i8, price £106,310, engine 1.53 CYL turbo petrol electric motor, power torque 357 bhp, 570 Nm, 062 mph, top speed 4.4 seconds, 155 mph, economical 2134.5 mpg, 49 gk, manual, road tax £440. When BMW said it was to produce a new carbon fiber sports car, and that it would have a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder turbo petrol engine, it shook the establishment. 3 years on, the i8 is still one of the most technologically advanced vehicles on sale. That stems from the battery pack and 129 bhp electric motor that supports the 228 bhp 1.5 petrol unit, giving this 22 sports car a total of 357 bhp. Its lightweight carbon construction keeps down the curb weight to 1,485 kilograms despite the big battery, which helps the i8 to a 062 mph time of 4.4 seconds. Plug the car in and charge it from the mains, and BMW claims up to 134.5 mpg is also available. Even if you forget to charge the i8 up, you'll achieve around 45 mpg, which is still mightily impressive for a model that packs this much performance. However, it's the way the i8 delivers its acceleration that sets it apart from just about anything else on sale. The electric motor has enough oomph to whisk you along at hot hatch pace in near silence. Squeeze the throttle to its stop and the 6-speed automatic gearbox handles the delivery of power brilliantly, highlighting just how nicely integrated the two power sources are. With its instant torque, the electric motor fills in what little turbo lag the 1.5 unit shows, supplementing the power as the petrol engine gets into its stride. Mounted in the middle of the chassis behind your head, the motor emits a gruff growl to enable the car to depart, even though its combustion engine comes from a compact hatchback. The challenge with a plug-in hybrid such as this is to reduce the impact the heavy battery pack can have on handling, but the bespoke composite chassis hides this mass well. Despite having narrow tires to boost efficiency, it doesn't compromise grip, handling and balance too much. The BMW feels rigid and composed, so there's enough agility and eagerness to keep pace with the Porsche 911, one of the best sports cars, and with an engine twice the size of the i8's. However, back off and the 1.5 petrol cuts out. Carrying on in the knowledge that you're making progress with zero emissions has its own appeal, and it's all thanks to the technology on offer. Volkswagen Golf Image 8 of 38, Image 8 of 38 model Volkswagen Golf 1.5 TSI Evo say nav, price £21,790, engine 1.5-liter 4 CYL turbo petrol, power torque 128 bhp, 200 Nm, 062 mph, top speed 9.1 seconds, 130 mph, economical 258.9 mpg, 113 gk, manual, road tax £140. While clever engine technology might once have been reserved for high-end sports cars such as the i8 opposite, and luxury models from the likes of Mercedes-AMG, more main family cars such as the Volkswagen Golf now feature cutting-edge systems that can boost real-world efficiency without having a detrimental effect on performance. The German manufacturer's latest 1.5-liter TSI Evo engine takes VW's active cylinder management technology a step further and is at its best in the 128 bhp guys we've lined up here. If it's doing between 1,400 and 3,200 revolutions per minute under a light load, the car can automatically shut down 2 of the engine's 4 cylinders. In addition to that, if the car is fitted with the DSG automatic gearbox, this engine can also disable all 4 cylinders on the move as part of a coasting function to further improve fuel consumption and emissions. When you're cruising along on an average road at constant speed, you'll be hard-pushed to know if the engine is running on 2 or 4 cylinders because it's so smooth and refined. There's certainly no jerkiness or awkward cutouts as the ECU switches between employing a complement of cylinders and using only half of them, or even none at all. All you'll notice is a little icon in the instrument cluster pop up to point out that the TSI unit is doing its party piece. While this is the standout feature of VW's 1.5 turbo petrol unit, there's far more to it than just a set of switchable fuel injectors. It's a sweet motor that revs nicely, delivering a linear hit of power from low down right round to its red line thanks to another innovation that's rarely seen on main engines, a variable geometry turbocharger. No matter whether it's linked to a DSG dual-clutch automatic transmission or a 6-speed manual as we've tested here, the engine and gearbox work well, offering performance, efficiency and refinement. We voted the Golf 2017's best compact family car at Auto Express's New Car Awards, because it serves up plenty of comfort, with enough practicality for a family of 4 thanks to its spacious cabin and 380-liter boot capacity, solid driving dynamics and plenty of tech inside to match what's going on beneath the bonnet. Mini convertible image 12 of 38 image 12 of 38 model Mini Cooper convertible price £19,265 engine 1.5-liter 3CYL turbo petrol power torque 134 bhp 220 Nm 062 mph top speed 8.8 secs 129 mph economico 257.6 mpg 114 gk manual road tax £140 Mini's stylish convertible is one of the best models in the business. In Cooper form here, it shares its 1.5-liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine with the BMW i8, although it does without that car's electric assistance. That doesn't stop it from delivering one of the most individual and enjoyable driving experiences on offer today for the money. Although the drop top weighs 120 kilograms more than the hatch due to the roof mechanism and body strengthening required to ensure the Mini's chassis is as rigid as possible, the 134 bhp 1.5 still delivers enough poke to make this car fun. Removing the hood, which is possible in 18 seconds at up to 18 miles per hour due to the electric operation, immediately makes the convertible feel faster than it is, plus it gives greater access to the muted exhaust burble, as well as a few faint hisses from the tiny turbo that bolsters performance. There's a dynamic compromise that you'll notice the first time you hit a patch of ruffled tarmac, but it's not as bad as in some small cabrios. The manufacturer has preserved what makes a Mini fun with this convertible. The steering is precise and weightier than you might imagine, while the car corners flat and level, even if the sportier suspension setup does mean the odd heavy clonk vibrates through the structure. There's clever tech that belies its price tag, though. The climate control remembers your preferred settings for when the roof is both in place and stowed away, switching between the two when you hit the button. There's also a built-in system offered as part of the satellite navigation that will warn you of approaching inclement weather, so you can get the top up in plenty of time before the rain starts. Although the rear seats might be little more than a token gesture and boot space is pretty paltry, if you concentrate on what makes a cabriolet enjoyable, the engine, the drive, the stylish looks and some fairly advanced features that ensure it's easier to live with, then the Mini Cabriolet is a great choice with the 1.5 Cooper engine. Mazda MX-5 image 17 of 38 image 17 of 38 model Mazda MX-5 1.5 Skyactiv SEL nav price £20,495 engine 1.5-liter 4CYL petrol power torque 129 bhp 150 Nm 062 mph top speed 8.3 secs 127 mph economico 247.1 mpg 139 gk manual road tax £140 Mazda's MX-5 is an icon. It's the world's best-selling 2-seater roadster, with the Japanese company having shifted more than 1 million units during the model's 18-year lifespan. For the 4th-generation ND version that launched just a few years ago, Mazda developed a new engine, bolstering the lineup earlier this year with the retractable fastback RF model that took our best roadster crown back in June. Alongside the venerable 158 bhp 2.0-liter motor, a 129 bhp 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine was launched, and it's actually the smaller capacity unit that's the more satisfying engine of the two. The 1.5 has more than enough power. Less torque than the 2.0-liter means you have to rev it a little harder, but there are rewards to be had in doing so because the 1.5 is smoother than the larger unit. Keep your foot down hard and the engine zips through the rev range with a sporty rasp from the exhaust. It thrives on revs, and thanks to the sneaky and superbly accurate 6-speed manual box, you can make swift changes with the minimum of movement. The standard soft-top model is one of the best convertibles around, with a superbly simple manual roof arrangement that can be raised or lowered in less time than the electrically operated RFs. That model has the edge when it comes to looks due to its supercar-style buttresses, but the dynamic behavior of the two variants is identical. Accurate steering with just the right weight and level of detailed feedback goads you into driving harder, making the most of that crisp powertrain. There's no denying there's some roll, but this nicely controlled slack in the suspension means the MX-5 is still comfortable for daily use and longer journeys, despite its cramped cabin. There are some compromises to be made, then, but not when it comes to enjoyment, and it's the 1.5-liter engine and that beautiful gearbox that are at the heart of the MX-5. Renault Megane Image 21 of 38. Image 21 of 38 model Renault Megane Sport Tourer 1.5 DCI Dynamic S nav price £22,990 engine 1.5-liter 4CYL turbo diesel power torque 108 bhp 260 Nm 062 mph top speed 11.3 secs 116 emp economico 276.4 mpg 96 gk manual road tax £140. The spacious and stylish estate version of Renault's Megane, which is badged Sport Tourer, is available with one of the best 1.5-liter engines around. It's the first and only diesel in our lineup here, and despite some recent bad press for the fuel, there's still lots to like. Not least that the 1.5-liter DCI 110 model has years of development behind it, making it one of the most refined and economical diesels on offer. There's plenty of smooth performance, with a decent level of low-down torque, meaning you don't have to work the gearbox too hard. This is useful because the 6-speed manual isn't the best transmission in its class, but the flexibility of the engine ensures it isn't as big a problem as with some other brands. Rev it out and the motor gets a little coarse, but pretty much every 4-cylinder diesel does, so use that torque and keep the revs low, and the Megane's engine is nicely refined. This also plays to one of the DCI unit's great strength sufficiency. Renault quotes 76.4 mpg and 96 gkm CO2 emissions, so if you're after practical family transport to run as a company car, with its 580-liter boot, the affordable Sport Tourer will be a brilliant bet. Our experience shows that even in real-world driving, the Megane delivers decent efficiency, as we recorded economy of around 50 mpg on test, so it'll keep your bills to a minimum. Yet there's more to the car than just cheap motoring. It's comfortable, with a loping ride quality and Sport Tourer form that makes long-distance journeys easy. Go for Dynamic S nav spec, our pick of the range, and the 8.7-inch R-Link 2 touchscreen tablet infotainment system means there's technology to match the comfort and refinement on offer. It's usable, if not the slickest setup around, but focus on what makes the Megane a brilliant family estate, and in 1.5 diesel form there aren't many packages that can match the Renault's all-round ability. Vauxhall Insignia Image 26 of 38. Image 26 of 38 model Vauxhall Insignia Grand Sport 1.5 turbo Shri nav price £20,530 engine 1.5-liter 4CYL turbo petrol power torque 163 bhp 250 Nm 062 mph top speed 8.4 secs 138 emp economico 247.1 mpg 136 gk manual road tax £140. It might still bear the Insignia badge, but the latest incarnation of Vauxhall's large family hatch, the Insignia Grand Sport, is a giant leap on from its predecessor. A new engine made its debut in this car, too. Vauxhall's 163 bhp 1.5-liter 4-cylinder turbo petrol unit is a match for the 1.5-liter turbos offered by the likes of VW and Škoda, with plenty of smooth, easy performance matched by a level of refinement that a diesel motor couldn't hope to match. Combined with the Grand Sport's long-legged cruising ability and enough comfort even without adaptive dampers to rival some on-exec saloons, it's stylish and practical thanks to its huge hatch and 490-liter load bay. You can add incredible affordability to that list of attributes, too, as the Insignia Grand Sport is priced from £20,530 with this 1.5 petrol in attractive Shri nav spec, which is loaded with equipment. Its closest rival, the Škoda Superbse technology, costs from £22,630 but doesn't get as much kit and has a less powerful 1.4 TSI turbo petrol. We'd stick with the manual to keep costs down, because while Vauxhall's 6-speed auto is good, the manual offers a relatively refined shift and decent performance. Go for Shri Nav trim, which is shown in our pictures, and the car gets Vauxhall's OnStar concierge package, bringing executive features for a much smaller budget, with the setup allowing sat-nav destinations to be downloaded to your car. The system can even ring the emergency services automatically after a crash. Diesel isn't dead yet, but smooth, refined and efficient petrols such as this 1.5 and a low-priced but relatively premium-feeling product make it an attractive car for private buyers and company users alike. And the best 1.5-liter cars from the past: Toyota Prius Image 30 of 38, Image 30 of 38 engine, 1.5-liter 4CYL petrol electric hybrid, power 110 bhp, 062 mph, 10.9 sec, top speed 106 mph, loved by Uber drivers and early hybrid adopters. The second-generation Prius was the car that arguably began today's electric revolution. It made hybrids main, proving that they were reliable, economical, and didn't have to cost the earth to buy or run. It's a shame the car wasn't a match for its more traditional rivals in its day, but it's clear the effect that the Toyota has had. It's an iconic 1.5 and influences the modern Prius, which is a fantastic machine. Honda CR-Z GT Image 32 of 38, Image 32 of 38 engine, 1.5-liter 4CYL petrol electric hybrid, power 122 bhp, 062 mph, 9.0 sec, top speed 124 mph. Hybrid sports cars are becoming more common, as the BMW i8 in this test proves, but the Honda CR-Z is still something unique, an affordable coupe with a clever eco-powertrain. The 1.5-liter engine is supplemented by a small electric motor to improve power and efficiency. It was a little disappointing to drive, but was recognizably a Honda due to its engineering integrity. It even inspired the firm's current range, including the new NSX supercar. VW Beetle Image 34 of 38, Image 34 of 38 engine, 1.5-liter flat 4 petrol, power 53 bhp, 062 mph, net top speed 78 mph. One of the most recognizable cars ever, the Volkswagen Beetle is a true motoring icon. It was available with several engines, one being an air-cooled 1.5-liter 4-cylinder, arranged in a flat configuration. The rear-mounted unit allowed that curvy body that gives the car its unmistakable shape. It was never actually called the Beetle. Its official name was the Type 1, with its nickname coming from its bouliquet styling. It had one of the longest production runs ever, being built from 1938 to 2003. Saab 96 Image 35 of 38, Image 35 of 38 engine, 1.5-liter V4 petrol, power 64 bhp, 062 mph, 16.5 sec, top speed 96 mph. The Saab 96 is one model that you might not have heard of, but those in the know will tell you that it was powered by an interesting engine. The 1.5-liter petrol motor had its 4 cylinders arranged in a V-shape. The V4 configuration is unheard of in the car world these days. The engine was developed by Ford, but the funky looks of the 96 were all Saab's own work and highlight the now-defunct Swedish brand's philosophy of thinking outside of the box. BMW 1500 Image 36 of 38, Image 36 of 38 engine, 1.5-liter 4CYL petrol, power 80 bhp, 062 mph, 15.0 sec, top speed 93 mph. The BMW 1500 New E-Class, as it was known in Germany, is the model that set the template for the brand's saloon cars and coupes since the 60s. It was a family vehicle for those who love driving, and BMW has been aiming for that same customer with its 3 and 5 Series models ever since. The little 1.5-liter engine might not boast much by today's standards, but 80 bhp meant it was competitive in its day, and the classy looks still influence BMW's latest concept and road car designs. MG Midget 1500 Image 38 of 38, Image 38 of 38 engine, 1.5-liter 4CYL petrol, power 65 bhp, 060 mph, 12.3 sec, top speed 95 mph. Later versions of the MG Midget were much maligned for their ugly rubber bumpers. They weren't as pretty as the original cars, but they did gain a larger 1.5-liter engine, boosting performance and helping the convertible to meet emissions regulations. The engine was also used in the Triumph Spitfire 1500 in the same period, and both two-seater roadsters are great examples of the classic British sports car. Thousands were exported to the US to meet growing demand for roadsters in the States. Celebrating 1,500 issues of Auto Express, the best 1.5-liter cars from past and present, best cars for £1,500 or less, best car upgrades, the car makeover for £1,500, opinion that told me it wouldn't last, 15 issues, never mind 1,500 opinion, here's to the next 1,500 issues and a diverse future.